Good morning, and welcome to the United Way of Greater Waterbury Campaign Kickoff Breakfast. Please welcome to the stage United Way Upstarter Tommy DePerna.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the United Way Campaign Kickoff Breakfast. I'm excited the United Way has invited me to welcome you to this morning's event. United Way of Greater Waterbury is now in its 80th year, having reached its official birthday on July 21st. United Way has come a long way since 1942 and created quite a legacy. I, along with my fellow upstarters who represent youth 10 to 17 years old, and the United Way emerging leaders who represent professionals 20 to 40 years old, are proud to build on this legacy. We all have our own skill sets, passions, and dreams for the future. Each generation has their own way of doing things. And when United Way encourages us to bring our voice and lived experiences to the table, we are all the better for it. And United Way lets us shine. Upstarters created thousands of holiday cards to brighten the day of elderly and thank medical workers, created t-shirt tote bags for those accessing food pantries, volunteered at Stock the Pantry and community cleanups, are the driving force behind the Need to Read community project, collected essentials so those experiencing homelessness did not go without, and so much more. This year, I'm a senior at Pomperaug High School, which is home to both Middlebury and Southbury students. We have started an Upstarters Club within this Region 15 school and plan to do amazing things for our community. Thanks to United Way for giving youth a seat at the table. We don't have to wait until tomorrow to lead, and we're just getting started. Because whether you're 10, 20, 50, or yes, even 80, we all agree this community is better if we can reduce poverty, prevent homelessness, increase graduation rates, improve kindergarten readiness, ensure everyone has enough healthy food to eat, and access to adequate health care. But while United Way is encouraging youth to participate, there are also many children in need. This summer, United Way took the ALICE study one step further, releasing the ALICE Children and Financial Hardship Report. ALICE stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, but Employed. What it revealed was eye-opening. 42% of children in Connecticut live in households experiencing financial hardship, while 13% were below the federal poverty level. An additional 29%, more than twice as many, were ALICE. That's over 300,000 kids and families that can't make ends meet. Having working parents or guardians does not guarantee financial stability. 21% of Connecticut children in households with 2 adults in the labor force were still below the ALICE threshold. This means not enough to meet the basics to live and work in this modern economy. And then came the pandemic. The ALICE report's analysis of the most recent household pulse surveys in late 2021 revealed that children in households below the ALICE threshold bear the brunt of the pandemic's physical and emotional toll. The stress, trauma, and hardship of financial uncertainties, food insecurity, interrupted learning, delayed health care, and more showing up in many forms, including stress, depression, and more. In United Way's 80 years, they haven't seen anything like what my generation is currently facing. We are all experiencing and trying to navigate the disruption of learning and social norms as best we can. No one has been immune. I can say unequivocally, the last 3 years have taken a toll on the mental health of students in every grade level in every town. Research is backing up what we already know. Times of crisis have long-term effects on youth behavior as well as our mental and emotional well-being. I want to share how United Way is boldly stepping into this space, how even after 80 years they are exploring new approaches to address current needs that have the potential for a long-term payoff. In the spring of 2021, United Way formed think tank sessions with their positive youth development partner agencies as well as with staff and the superintendent of Waterbury Public Schools. The goal was to assess the most pressing needs of Greater Waterbury youth as a result of the pandemic. As a result of needs identified and the data gathered, United Way of Greater Waterbury applied and received a Department of Education grant of $105,000 to provide social emotional learning in the form of mindfulness program workshops for after-school programs in Greater Waterbury to improve the overall mental health, well-being, and resiliency of local youth. Research is proving that mindfulness practice remodels the brain's physical structure in ways that build resilience and support well-being. Benefits include decreased levels of stress, depression, anxiety, disruptive behavior, and increased focus, self-control, academic performance, and ability to resolve conflict. With 100% of this project being funded through this award, the strategy calls for pursuing additional resources to expand this initiative to the other towns in United Way's service area. Identifying issues, convening partners, leveraging resources, and delivering results through proven strategies is what United Way does best. Thank you for having me this morning. To share more, it's my pleasure to introduce United Way Board Chair Nancy Traver and United Way President Kristen Jacoby.
Wow, thank you, Tommy. Grant Copeland, Post-University Works, thank you so much for helping making this all possible, right? Our first Upstarters Club, it's so extraordinary. Once again, Tommy, fantastic job, and thank you for being here. As Tommy shared, the need is real, but there also is an opportunity, and that is why we are here this morning to kick off our annual campaign to raise the funds that will allow United Way to continue to provide opportunities to those who need it most. We cannot understate the importance of this morning, an event like this. We are back, we are here, we are in person, and this feels fantastic. So thank you for being here. Come on, right? We're together. This makes a difference.
And also back is our Day of Caring. Many of you here will be heading out to your volunteer opportunities after today's breakfast to make a difference. In short, Day of Caring is a dedicated day where corporate volunteers roll up their sleeves to complete several projects our partner agencies and programs need help with. What you will do today will not only feel good and be rewarding, it will help our partners save resources they can put back into helping people.
It is no secret that last year was a very challenging fundraising environment. While a successful campaign with all hands on deck, there was still uncertainty in the marketplace coming out of the pandemic, and some proceeded much more cautiously when it came to philanthropy. We are determined to reach higher this year, and with your support, all of you here in the room today, along with the energy we're already sensing for this campaign, we will reach higher. We will do it together. We know our community is counting on us. You heard what Tommy had to say. The need is real. 44% of our neighbors are struggling to afford housing, food, transportation, healthcare, taxes, and other basic expenses. 31% of those households are Alice, the very population that Tommy just shared with you. And 13% are living under the federal poverty rate. These are our neighbors.
Each of our partners plays a critical role in the United Way strategies to address the needs of those families. I know several of those partners are here with us this morning, and on behalf of the United Way Board, thank you for every success story you create. No single agency, program, or donor can address the needs of our community alone, but together we can. United Way leverages something called community impact, where every dollar goes further as we convene the right partners, develop the right strategies, take action, and track results.
Nancy, you're so right. It's not just about dollars, but how those dollars are leveraged along with the people, our initiatives, and other resources. So you might say, what does community impact look like? Well, let's just give you a couple examples. Stock the pantry. Very visible action demonstrating how we came together in the summertime to raise approximately 15,000 pounds of food for our local food pantries. We know that there is a great need as kids lose reliable access to nutritious foods through the free lunch program when they're out of school.
Programs like the Independence Center through Mental Health Connecticut are quieter, but just as vital, providing men and women with support, meals, social work, and life skills training under one safe, caring roof, so they maintain homes and are connected to our community as the vibrant people that they are.
Yeah, and community impact is also seen in the POWER program United Way is funding at Waterbury Youth Services. This program trains potential childcare workers for a rewarding career, while at the same time providing a safe place for kids to learn and grow while their parents are at work.
Kids have a better shot at success when they enter school because of programs supported by United Way, like Reach Out and Read, where parents are supported as their children's first teachers and their little ones have access a richer vocabulary through free age-appropriate books.
And United Way has joined about 50 partners in supporting the Greater Waterbury Reentry Welcome Center, which really just opened in early 2022, helping citizens transition from incarceration into independence through initiatives like our Job Readiness Boot Camp. As boot camp participants access job coaching, resume critiques, and mock interviews, local employers were able to find motivated employees to fill vacant positions. We are removing barriers that previously prevented people from getting jobs and to changing their lives for the better.
Community impact also means collaborating on initiatives such as the Naugatuck Valley Community College Financial Opportunity Center, a partnership that also includes Local Initiative Support Corporation to offer employment training, job placement support, financial education and counseling, and access to income supports so students such as veterans can connect to any benefits for which they are eligible.
We cannot afford to leave anyone behind if our community is going to thrive. Let's take a deeper dive into what community impact looks like when it comes to homelessness. You have heard us all talk about the Flexible Assistance Fund on many occasions. The Flex Fund has a 90% success rate preventing families facing a one-time crisis and becoming homelessness. We are preventing homelessness. But what about those that are homeless? Our vision is that all Greater Waterbury residents have adequate economic self-sufficiency for themselves and their families. As such, United Way is proud to invest in the HomeWorks program in partnership with the Northwest Regional Workforce Investment Board and alongside community partners such as Acts 4 Ministries, American Job Center, Center for Human Development, with our landlord, Ralph Monte, New Opportunities, the City of Waterbury, in addition to other community agencies.
HomeWorks provides short-term rental subsidies along with a full-time career navigator to provide case management and supportive services. This program focuses on helping those who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. Thanks to the following video produced by the Republican American, we're able to take you inside the HomeWorks program and learn more about the important work they are doing to help individuals facing homelessness.
My name is Eric Pemberton. I'm 41. I started doing drugs at 15. At 30, I started doing heroin. Became homeless. Was sleeping in a park for about 4 or 5 months. I got hooked up with CHD, the Hospitality Center for the Homeless. I got linked up with Rakia with the Jobs and School program. They got me an apartment. I'm volunteering at the Hospitality Center, and I'm going to be trying to go to school for IT tech.
So I do the modules right away, and one basic rule I tell everybody, keep the bus lady happy.
The whole main goal of HomeWorks is to help them with housing, help them with employment goals, help them with training to be able to receive or recognize an industry recognized credential, help them with financial peace, not only just finding a job, but saving money, opening an account, how do I budget? These are all the things that this program helps with.
Oh, okay. I'm here. But my one rule is this. I want your success, but I cannot want it more than you. If you want to put your foot to the pavement and do the pushing, I'm there. I'm advocating for you. I'm getting you into whatever programs you got to get into, whatever jobs, whatever training. But the minute I feel like I'm putting more work in you, that's when I will have a problem.
even if there's a mental health piece and the person has a diagnosis, we make sure they're going into treatment. If they don't feel like this treatment is working, what else can we do to assist you? Maybe there's another referral that needs to be made. Maybe we need to, find a combination of medication and therapy, whatever it is, all the way down to legal issues and referring them to get legal aid. We are helping them to get at a better place.
I've been through some things. I've been homeless, and thanks to the Mr. Kira program, which allows you to go to school for free, gives you housing if you follow through on the program. But you got to be committed. Can't be half-assing like I have done a couple of times, but you just got to be committed. I mean, it's schooling, it's housing, it's assistance, which I never knew we had here.
For me, I work. When I was homeless, like didn't have nowhere to sleep, nowhere to go, I would go to work overnight. When I get off work 5 o'clock in the morning, I walk the whole Waterbury until I go back to work. I've been in this program close to a year now, and I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. I'm working for a career, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in this program, and now that I'm in this program, I'm in the second phase of it. Second phase is that you live here, you pay rent every month, you know what I'm saying? And then you do what you got to do. Then there's another phase after this, is on the 3rd floor. And then that phase is where is that, you could either stay there or you can move out on your own.
For me, I was never homeless. I always had a place to stay, always had a job, so on and so forth. Before the pandemic, I was working at Pizzuto's. Everything was fine. I struggled just like some people, or most people. But everything was okay. Pandemic hit, lost my job, lost the apartment, became homeless. My next thought was go to trucking school. During this period, I would go to school. Once I got to school, I would come to the shelter or the warming center called CHD, and I met Rakia.
Oh shit, he ran those. He ran those. Come on TV, yo. Mira, you little, you couldn't shop in the kids' car, but
Thank you again to Will Pape and the Republican American. The issue of homelessness and self-sufficiency is one that we're addressing on several fronts, connecting people to shelter and resources to improve their situations.
We'd now like to introduce you to Jared Bruises, Director of the St. Vincent de Paul Mission of Waterbury, and to United Way intern Brianna R.C., who has been spreading the word on some exciting self-sufficiency initiatives.
Thank you, Nancy and Kristen. The St. Vincent de Paul Mission of Waterbury operates the largest shelter in the state of Connecticut, and we are proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with United Way in our fight to end homelessness and to prevent homelessness. The United Way is a strong partner in our work as it helps fund resources throughout the CAN, a full-time position, access to 211, and so much more. As the co-chair of the Northwest Coordinated Access Network and the co-chair of the Waterbury Food Resource Committee, we see every day firsthand the great work that the United Way is doing in our community daily. It has a great direct impact on our consumers, our staff, and our programs. Recently, we've all experienced these hot temperatures. I'm always mindful of the little children standing in line, waiting for food. My wife and I are fortunate to have 4 little beautiful children, 2, 4, 6, and 8. We appreciate Mom. And the reality is there's no difference between those little children standing in line, whether it's the blistering heat of the summer or the brutal cold temperatures we experienced in February. Going down to the facilities throughout the city of Waterbury, whether it's at our soup kitchen and food pantry or others, we see the real need in our community. And thankfully, with the generous support of donors and benefactors, the United Way is helpful to ensure that us as providers have the resources, the support, and the tools that we need to make an impact in our community. We're grateful for their support, we're grateful for the generosity, and we're grateful for all that you do.
As the Community Impact Intern at United Way and a student at Southern Connecticut State University, I've spent the summer spreading the word about the incentivized savings program, Alice Saves, along with the free financial coaching program, Trust Plus, at over a dozen community events like Waterbury Youth Services Back to School Rally and organizations like St. Vincent de Paul. We even held a training session for United Way's emerging leaders, bringing awareness of those from the Alice population to people from a different socioeconomic status. In addition to sign-up sessions, we've held informational sessions with nonprofit organizations like the Hispanic Coalition or the Salvation Army, truly targeting individuals in need of help by providing community partners with necessary information to truly combat the financial challenges of homelessness. Alice Saves is a free United Way program for Connecticut residents designed to help improve financial well-being and build an emergency savings fund when it feels like it's impossible. For thousands of people and families, one unexpected expense can place their housing at risk. So, building the habit of saving can go a long way to combating the slide into homelessness. United Way in Connecticut also partnered with Neighborhood Trust Financial Partners, a national leader in financial coaching, to offer free financial coaching online and by phone for life. Trust Plus coaches help with challenges such as dealing with creditors, setting a budget, building savings, and more. Thanks to your support of United Way, you're helping to address homelessness while also creating opportunities to help people to achieve lives of self-sufficiency. And now, welcome again, Nancy Traver.
Thank you so much, Jared and Bree. As you see from the stories we've shared here this morning, you have a direct effect on the lives of our neighbors when you support United Way. Before we hear from this year's campaign chair, I'm excited to share with you the premiere of our new campaign video, Have a Direct Effect.
Like all communities in today's times, Greater Waterbury is evolving, and with it, an alarming fact is emerging, that less people are willing to give to support those who need a hand up.
But what hasn't changed at all, not recently, and not in our 80 years, is the fact that when you give up your time, talent, or treasure, you have a direct effect.
You help people overcome challenges related to their education, financial stability, and basic needs. You change lives, and you control how big the impact can be.
So we're asking, contribute for the first time, contribute again, or contribute more, because it will have a direct effect.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Justin Lundby, President and CEO of Waterbury Health. I'm excited and delighted to serve as this year's United Way campaign chair. First, however, how about a big round of applause for Grant Copeland, Joe Gugliotti, and their team at Works for creating the Have a Direct Effect theme, along with this outstanding video that you just saw. The video will be available after today's event, and I hope you will share it far and wide throughout the campaign. United Way of Greater Waterbury may have turned 80, but looking at this group, we sure don't look 80. This United Way was founded in 1942, and in 1943, J. Francis Smith was chosen chairman for the first annual United Way campaign. He reported its success was an achievement of which all of the city may be proud. The efforts of more than 1,000 volunteer workers, the cooperative efforts of employees and the community were the standout features of the campaign. They set out to raise $277,000 and reached $377,000, plus an additional $82,000 from the War Fund. So here we gather 80 years later to carry out the legacy, to launch a campaign our founders and every campaign chair since would be proud of. And just like then, it's going to take all of us. This morning marks the kickoff of our campaign, but planning has been underway for months. I may be the chair, but I represent all of those who have been stepping up to make sure we are as successful as possible. My vice chair, Mike Dorso, who will be up here shortly, has been immersing himself in the work of United Way and how the fundraising effort works. We are both supported by an outstanding campaign leadership council made of business leaders from across the industries that have been meeting and planning since late spring, making calls, rallying networks, and setting industry-specific campaign goals. Recently, dozens of CEOs joined us for a CEO roundtable to share their expertise on how to achieve campaign success in this very challenging fundraising environment. Just last week, dozens of campaign leaders, employees tasked with running your internal campaigns, joined United Way board member and CEO of Workplace Success Group, Karen Hines, for a virtual workshop on how to execute a successful campaign. Tom Shute at WATR interviewed United Way's Tamika Cole and me on the air. That was a unique opportunity to share information about our campaign, followed by a recording of several PSAs. PSAs they intend to run over 1,000 times throughout the course of the campaign. Speaking of media, our friends at the Republican American are not only here covering this morning's event, but are running a full-page ad in today's newspaper announcing the launch of this campaign. And then there are the corporate sponsors, whose logos you saw on the screens as you arrived. They support events like this that help us get the word out and ensure that we can keep our goals of putting money to work in our community. 88 cents for every dollar, in fact. And so it's an understatement to say a lot has been going on. But why? Why do all these people and companies donate their time and resources each year to this effort? Because they're passionate about this community and know how important it is that when we ask you to join us, we need you to say yes. But why? Why United Way? By that I mean, you shouldn't have to choose between supporting a food bank or an after-school program. You shouldn't have to choose between helping a family avoid eviction or supporting a job training program. You shouldn't have to choose between providing services for someone leaving an abusive relationship or providing books to a low-income child. A thriving community cannot afford to leave anyone behind. One gift to United Way, combined with others and strategically invested by the United Way volunteers, does all of that and more in a way no single gift to any agency or program could ever do on its own. The community wins when a child enters school ready to learn, a parent can provide for family, our neighbors have enough to eat and roof over their heads, and when there's access to adequate health care. It's not an either-or proposition. We must support a united approach. So I'm asking you to say yes to having a direct effect on an Alice family working to make ends meet. Yes to having a direct effect on someone facing a food insecurity. Yes to having a direct effect on a teen in an after-school program. But this only works if more people become involved. And that is one of the biggest challenges, and why we are asking you to lean on your network to help us overcome. The truth is, fewer people are giving. However, those that are giving more, proving that when people understand the impact they can have, they want to give more. But we need to inspire more people. It's not as much a charity as an opportunity to make the communities we all live and work in better. This campaign will be a challenge, but it will be fun. And the results will be worthy of the 80-year legacy we inherited. We have a lot planned in the coming weeks, and I'd like to introduce my Vice Chair, Michael Dorso, Program Director, Wounds Care Center at Waterbury Hospital, and Tamika Cole, Chief Development Officer at United Way, to share more. Please welcome Michael and Tamika to the stage.
Thank you, Dr. Lumbee, and thank you, Michael, for leading this year's campaign. We have a great theme, a great leadership, a passionate community, and our 80th anniversary. We are ready to go. And I'm going to put it right out there. We need more workplaces to open their doors and share the opportunity this fall. You have friends, networks, vendors who have business connections. Spread the word. So share our social media posts, like on LinkedIn. Post that great video you just saw. Have a direct effect on the campaign.
Workplaces are so much more than a paycheck these days. Employees love to get involved when their employer gives them an opportunity to give back. Just like the companies that encourage today's Day of Caring volunteers to get out into the community and make a difference. Whether you're volunteering, giving, or both, doing good is contagious.
And you don't want to miss out. After the success of last year's Cutest Pet Contest and Penny Wars, we'll be injecting more fun into this campaign. This year, we'll be launching the 80s inspired photo contest where you can submit your best real or made up 80s photo that will be voted on. So bring on your neon, your scrunchies, your shoulder pads, whatever you got. And we have other ideas in the works. And if you have ideas of more 80s fun, email me, I need them.
And I have been tasked with increasing participation in the Leavenworth Society, so we need your help. If you're at the $1,000 level, we can't thank you enough. If you're just below and have the means to do so, we ask that you consider stepping up a level. But no matter what you give, become involved. You got to hear from Tommy DePerna at the opening of today's event. If you have children 10 to 17 years old, consider having them take on an Upstarter project. If you're a professional 20 to 40 years old with a passion for networking and community, consider joining Emergent Leaders.
And to all the women here, if you haven't heard about our newest affinity group, Women United, you will, and you don't want to miss out. In more than 165 United Ways across the world, more than 70,000 women are coming together through local United Way Women United chapters. I don't want to brag, but ours is already promising to be one of the best. Those who joined us for our July Summer Social at Hawk Ridge Winery, where we raise funds for a new initiative to promote healthy food and food banks, know what I mean. And if you're wondering what you missed, just watch the video on our United Way website, after which I know you'll want to join. So stay tuned, more to come.
But for now, we'd like to leave you all with this charge. Set a date, go back to work and start planning your campaign. Ask for help. United Way staff will support you in every way. Rally your staff, set aside some uninterrupted time so they can hear firsthand about United Way. Share the videos to social media and then share again. Create your own post and tag United Way. Share your story and tell others about your experience. Together, we can have a direct effect on our community. On behalf of Dr. Lundby, Tamika, and all presenters, thank you for coming this morning and for all you will do in the weeks ahead.
Like all communities in today's times, Greater Waterbury is evolving, and with it, an alarming fact is emerging, that less people are willing to give to support those who need a hand up.
But what hasn't changed at all, not recently, and not in our 80 years, is the fact that when you give of your time, talent, or treasure, you have a direct effect.
You help people overcome challenges related to their education, financial stability, and basic needs. You change lives, and you control how big the impact can be.
So we're asking, contribute for the first time, contribute again, or contribute more, because it will have a direct effect.
All right, so thank you again. And to those of you that will be participating in Day of Caring activities, projects, go forth. I'll see you out there.